Hey plant friends! Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Darylyn, and today I wanted to do something easy, chill, fun, and a little bit uplifting. If you have been following me, you know that I had a shit week, so I really need this. I'm sure there's some of you out there at home who really need this too. So today what I have for you is just showing you all of my adorable baby Anthurium propagations. Baby Anthuriums are adorable. There should not be a goddamn person who does not think baby Anthuriums are fucking adorable, okay? I swear, baby Anthurium are like the puppies of the aroid world. They're just so cute. And I feel like they look more like their adult counterparts than some of the babies in the other genuses. Like, I don't know, don't come for me, or do, it doesn't really matter at this point. But anyways, I think this is gonna be like really fun. So quick before we get started, do me a solid, give this video a like, and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And now without further ado, let's get into my baby Anthurium propagations. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try and do this with the best for last. Like, deciding which ones are not the best is hard. So they're definitely all great. This is not easy, but here we go. So the first little baby that I have for you today is this adorable little Anthurium Forgettii white stripes baby. He's so cute. Check it out. I've done a bunch of these propagations with Anthurium Forgettii white stripes, and it's totally normal for them to still have a little bit of a sinus when the leaves are this small. Most of the other ones that I've had sprout, though, did have more white striped lines on their leaves when they first emerged, but this one was like a teeny tiny bit of stem and didn't really have as great of a head start as the other ones, and it took a really long time to make a leaf. So I don't really think that it's a surprise that this leaf is a little bit smaller and more juvenile than the other ones, but not worried about it. Lately, I've been finding that putting the juvenile Anthurium into cups of perlite like this, where the base of the plant is covered in the perlite and it's covered with this saran wrap to keep it really humid, but letting the leaf stay out in the open air, has been giving me good results. So you're gonna see a lot of them like this. And basically, I think what it does is it just keeps the base of the plant where the caterpillar and the new leaves could come from humid enough that they don't have problems. But then I have fewer issues with the leaves outside of the plastic getting like spots on them. So far this has worked for me. I keep it under a grow light, you know, keep it nice and illuminated. So if you've got some little baby Anthurium and you're not really sure what to do with it, like, this has worked pretty well for me. So you're welcome to try it. And if you do, let me know how it goes for you. Okay, so next we have not one, but 2 cups of, well, mostly baby queen Anthurium, but there's also one other little baby in there. So let me just show you what's in both of these cups really quick. Now, you can see on this side, we've got some really lovely, awesome root progress going on. Yeah, you can see it like all around the cup. So that's very, very, very awesome. And then on the inside, we can see there's some of the older leaves are turning a bit yellow, but that's okay. Both of the plants, the newest leaves, are fine. This one down here, that is a new leaf right there that's coming out. And then this one over here, this is a new leaf that's coming out. So I haven't had one of the queen Anthuriums get large enough to the point where their leaves are sticking out of the cups. So it's still kind of an experiment to see how they adapt to that, or if they do well with that. Yeah, so far they're doing good. I'm really pleased with what they're both doing. So this one is also doing well. In here we have another queen Anthurium baby, and it's mostly doing good. One of the leaves is yellowing a bit, but that's okay, that happens. I'm just gonna scoot this perlite up to this aerial root that's poking out so that will hopefully be enticed to continue to grow. So that's what that is. And then on the other side, I actually have a super itty bitty bitty tiny baby, And this is actually an Anthurium Pallidiflorum seedling. Like, this is by far the tiniest seedling, most babyest, smallest plant I've ever had. And it's in here. It took me a while to kind of figure out what maybe I should try and do with it, but it's doing well in this cup. So hopefully eventually that little tiny thing, little tiny salad green, turns into an Anthurium Pallidiflorum. This Queen Anthurium's new leaf is just starting to poke over the top of the cup. So I'm going to just keep the little cellophane saran wrap kind of around it so that hopefully it will continue to grow up and out. At this point, when these plants are so small, I'm not usually like that concerned about how perfect they look because they're gonna continue to grow. So the yellowing, and it's fine. Like, what I'm more worried about is their roots, and they're all rooting really well. So I'm not like that worried that their leaves are a little yellow. Eventually they'll grow leaves out of the cup like that little Forgettii I was, and I think at that point I'll start to have better results with the leaves. But the roots though are looking pretty good, so can't really complain there. But yeah, once again, there's 3 baby Queen Anthuriums in here, and then 1 teeny itty bitty teeny tiny Anthurium Pallidiflorum seedling, so I can't wait to see all of these babies grow up. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but all of these plants that I'm showing you today, these are all plants that I grew myself from pieces of Anthurium stem or pieces of Anthurium chunk. And so eventually I do have plans to make a video to show how I propagate Anthuriums and get them to grow, but I want that to be kind of like a longer process where you actually get to see the growth and results in the video. So it's going to take a while, but that is on the horizon. Just, you know, be patient. But this one is honestly, I think, one of the cutest leaves that maybe I have in my collection right now. It's so cute. And it's like so perfect, except for it got this little spot on it. I don't really know why, but you can see really well with this one that it was a piece of chunk. This one is, oh, I forgot to tell you what this is. This is just an Anthurium Chrystallinum regular form. It was a piece of chunk that came off the regular form Anthurium Chrystallinum that I've featured in a couple of videos. And that plant, for some reason, has always kind of given me trouble. And this chunk actually took like 6 or 8 months to do anything. So this is definitely my proof that you should always propagate until there's no debate that there's no life left in whatever you're trying to propagate, because sometimes they take a really long time. But so those are just gorgeous little Anthurium Chrystallinum. It's doing really, really well. This leaf kind of came out a little wonky, but this is pretty much perfect, like a mini version of like a perfect crystallinum leaf. So I was really, really pleased with this. And this one strangely only has all its roots coming out of one place on the chunk. So kind of interesting, but it's really easy to see that the plant's doing really well. So I'm just going to continue to let this guy grow, and hopefully it'll give me another leaf and some more roots soon. But yeah, this one's been doing really well. I think I cut this. When did I cut this? It was like winter time. I think I might have cut this in like February. So it's definitely been a long time. It's almost the end of September now. So yeah, it was a long time before it did anything. So definitely worth the wait though, I would have to say. It's very, very cute. All right, so this adorable little baby is an Anthurium Magnificum. And it's so cute. It's really cute. Like the roots on it, like it really has been busy on the root front, which is great. That's what you want to see. But this is actually on like a huge chunk. And I actually had another plant that grew off of this, and then I cut it off because I was like, oh, I want the chunk to continue to push more plants out of it. And that did work, but sadly, the other plant didn't make it. I just stuck it straight into pon, and I'm finding that that doesn't really give me great results with plants that are this young and that go into like the really small self-watering pon pots. Like I've had a lot better success with the Perlite. Like this self-watering pon pot just doesn't really work that well for Anthurium babies. The Perlite cups work a lot better. So I'm not going to be putting this one into pon for quite a while, and it's been in the grow tent in moss, so I'm just gonna leave it there. If you have somewhere that's really, really high humidity, like a grow tent or a cabinet or something, you don't need to do the perlite cups like I had it. You can just have them in moss or perlite or whatever medium you prefer and just keep them in your tent or your greenhouse or your Millsbow. But yeah, this little Anthurium Magnificum is so, so cute. It's actually, this is a cutting off of this plant behind me, which has been doing really, really well. I would actually probably recommend the Anthurium Magnificum as one of the best Anthurium for beginners, I would say. And it's also a good one to import if you've never imported before. All of the Anthurium Magnificum I've ever imported have done absolutely fine in just regular ambient humidity, like 50 to 60 in my house. You know, they don't need anything special, and you get a beautiful plant out of it at the end. And there's a couple different forms. There's the regular form, which is this. There's the silver form, which I think I featured in my Anthurium haul. And then there's the Anthurium Magnificum Verde, which is like a brighter green. It doesn't get as dark. I've never had that one in my collection, but they're really cool too. So lots of options if you really like Anthurium, but you're not so sure about it, you're scared, it's like maybe too much, try the Magnificum. They do really well in self-watering, they do well in pond, they do well in moss, they do well in LECA. I know people do keep them in soil, like me and soil and Anthurium are just, that's a no-go. But you can definitely keep them in soil if you get advice from someone that's not me. I'm not gonna even attempt to tell you how to do that because I don't do that. But Anthurium Magnificum is a really, really solid plant. And they're really chill and they're just grateful, you know, to be given like light care and just a nice bright spot. And yeah, so highly recommend these. I think this one is probably still going to continue to get bigger. I don't think this is fully hardened off. So hopefully it gets a little bit bigger. But yeah, it's like really, really cute. It's so funny like how much it looks like the bigger plant. I mean, the leaf is still light, but you can definitely like see the veins. So yeah, Anthurium Magnificum, baby. Okay, so this one technically wasn't a stem propagation. This was technically just a resurrected stump, but I'm sharing it with you anyway because I'm really excited about it. I've complained about this plant in multiple videos, and I think I've finally figured out what it wants from me and what it doesn't want from me, thanks to a comment that was left by a very, very helpful viewer. So thank you so much. But anyways, this is a little Anthurium Clarinervium, and it's actually not really a little plant at all. Like when I first got this plant, it had huge leaves, but it struggled and I've taken some cuttings off the bottom. But look how cute and perfect and healthy that little guy looks. Aw, he's so cute. I'm so happy that this plant is finally doing okay. And I'm really excited for the next leaf. But basically, I, in general, put all of my Anthurium into self-watering. Clarinervium are terrestrial Anthurium, meaning they're one of the few that actually grow into the ground in their natural habitat. And so, you know, you do find them in soil. And I think that it just wanted to be in something more well-draining than a self-watering pot. So I still have it in pond. It's just not in self-watering anymore. And yeah, I mean, it seems to be doing good. The roots look good. So very excited and relieved that it looks like maybe a nice Anthurium Clarinervium is in the cards for me someday at some point. It's now getting to the end of the growing season, so not really counting on getting any more leaves from this one for a while, but hey, I will take them when they come because Anthurium Clarinervium are like some of my favorites when they actually, you know, look nice. So there she is, so cute. Last but not least, I have a really good one for you, and I'm really excited about this because this plant took forever to do anything, but ta-da! This is a baby Anthurium Regale. Oh my god, it's so cute. This is my little head test. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. So this I grew out of a stem cutting that I took off of the plant that I imported back in the spring. I think I featured that plant in my June favorites video or something. But I took a cutting off of the bottom and it took a really long time to do anything. But I just left it in moss in the grow tent, and yeah, eventually this little guy popped out and it was like, oh, it's so cute. So cute. And you know what? A lot of people say that Anthurium Regale are about as finicky as Queen Anthurium, that they're really challenging, but like, honestly, I don't think that's quite true. I think that the queens are more difficult. It's just they both have sensitive roots. And I mean, if you have good roots on both of them, like that's really good. But if you have good roots on the Regale, they're pretty solid. Like I have a Regale just out in my living room and it's doing completely fine. It took a little bit of acclimation, you know, crisping, but it's in self-watering pond and it's in my living room and it's fine and it's putting out a new leaf. It didn't emerge as quickly and unfurl as quickly as this one, but it's doing fine and it works just fine. So definitely possible to keep an Anthurium Regale in ambient humidity in your house as long as it, you know, stays above like 50%, maybe can dip a little bit below that and you'll be fine. And especially if you're in self-watering. But I just think this is so pretty. So pretty. I'm really happy about it. And it just gets bigger every day. Like, I think it unfurled fully from the grow tent like maybe last week. And I just love opening the tent every morning and just seeing how it's gotten a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter. And you can see the veins a little bit more. And I can't wait until it finishes growing and darkens up. I think it's still a little bit floppy, so it might get a little bit bigger. So that would be really cool. It definitely needs water. So we'll take care of that after this. But that is extremely, extremely cute. So that's it. Those are all of my teeny tiny, eeny weeny, bitty baby anthuriums. They're so cute. This was really fun for me. I definitely needed to just do something fun, and I thought it was really awesome to just focus on like the new growth, you know, feel a little bit renewed. So I hope it was fun for everyone else too. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. I think for me, it's this one. I also really like the Chrystallinum though, because I just feel like that leaf is just a perfect tiny version of the regular plant when it gets a little bit more mature. And I like really like tiny things. I really like tiny versions of things. So that kind of speaks to me. But this one I think definitely takes first prize. All right, everybody. I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks so much for chilling with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.